Alright, what is good, Spirit Squad? Happy Wednesday, everybody. Today's going to be a relatively exciting day. We're back to playing Blue-White Spirits in Modern, and to be completely honest with everybody, I have tried Bant a little bit, and Collected Company is still not my friend, so I'm going to go back to what is my friend, and that's going to be Blue-White. If I'm being completely honest as far as the meta's concerned, if you are a person who likes Collected Company, I think I would actually say to play Bant the way the format's shaking up right now, just because keeping up with 3 drops on turn 2 is honestly pretty powerful right now. Spell Queller on turn 2 is a really good place to be if you're on the draw. With that said, I think I still like Blue-White better, so I'm playing Blue-White. So let's go over the list real quick. Anybody who is on YouTube can just look right into the video description. You will see the deck list right there on a Stream Decker link. Just click it. You can keep at it all day. Anybody who is on Twitch, you'll be able to hit !deck in the chat, and that'll give you access to the deck list just as well. Now that we've got those little amenities out of the way here, what I've got going on here is going to be a 20 land mana base today, and this is so that we can just keep up the gas as much as we are able to. The format's really powerful, and I think we just want to guarantee that we're drawing as much gas every turn as we can. We are also playing a few non-spirits cards in both the main, and of course plenty of them in the sideboard. We're playing 3 Thalias and 3 copies of Subtlety. I think this is the number that I'm closest to liking right now. But because we're playing so many non-spirits, what I did was simply change around one of the Cavernous Souls, so now there's 2 Cavernous Souls, to being a 3rd Hallow Fountain. And that's what's going on in the main to accommodate the Thalia and the Subtlety here. Other than that, though, everything else is pretty much the same, right? Like, most of the spirits are going to be 4-ofs, including our friends, Shacklegeist, Skyclave, Spell Queller, Wanderer, etc. We've got 2 copies of Spectral Sailor to round out the 1-drop suite. And of course all 4 Aether Vials, nothing really weird or special there. There are 2 Horizon Canopies, 2 Islands, 2 Plains, 1 Moorland Haunt, and then everything else is standard fare, aside from a 3 Hallowed Fountain and 2 Cavernous Soul Split, which is new. I'm usually on something like 3 Caverns, 1 Hallowed Fountain, or even 4 Caverns, 1 Hallowed Fountain, depending on whatever the meta's doing. Today I am doing 3 Fountains and 2 Caverns. In the sideboard, that's where a lot of the, I guess, the more fun stuff lives, as usual. I mean, I do like my sideboard tech. What I've got going on here is going to be 3 copies of Suspend. I kind of like Suspend. I like it, of course, against bigger creatures that are trying to attack us, and usually that's going to be stuff like Stormwing Entity, or even like Thought-Knot Seer. Just anything that's bigger than what we are doing, Suspend is great there. Against a lot of other things, we get access to Prismatic Ending, which is just a baller of a removal spell. I love this card. I think it's really, really strong. So this is going to take out a bunch of stuff, basically like the entire Humans deck. It gets to take out cards like Renin 6, opposing Aether Vials, Stoneforge Mystics, without giving them access to like Cauldron Completes. It does take out Germ Tokens. It's just really good. Like, this card's just actually insane. The hate card of choice for graveyards today is going to be Grafdigger's Cage. I think I like Grafdigger's Cage. As always, it doesn't bop our own Moorland Haunts, which I absolutely hate doing. And I will try to avoid giving my own deck mis-synergies if we are able to do that. And I think Grafdigger's Cage is pretty good for us there. It does also put a stop to a lot of like the Chef Asmo BS. It puts a stop, well, specifically like the Vengevine, Feasting Troll King half of that deck. You get to stop a lot of what Dredge is doing. If anybody's trying to play with the card titled Persist, this will put a stop to that. I think the card's just really good. We are playing 1 Aether Gust because Primeval Titan is back on top of the meta. Hasn't really left. The card's great, and it gets to use Urza Saga, so it's only getting even more popular. But also stuff like Prowess is making a bit of a comeback too, so if you're looking at people playing like Sprite Dragons, Bone Crusher Giants, Soulscar Mages, don't be surprised. That's where Aether Gust comes in. The cool thing we get to play here is 3 copies of Kataki's Warforge. Now, this card is actually pretty insane, and has seen a bunch of Legacy play in the past. I don't know if this card has ever seen play in Modern Spirits. If it has, that would be from a time when Affinity was ultra good, and that's before I played Spirits. So, this is my first time playing this card in Modern, and I'm kind of hyped to see it. So, you basically Tabernacle of Pendril Veil for all of your opponent's artifacts, and against any of the Chef Asmo decks, against Affinity, against most other Urza Saga type decks, it's going to be pretty good. I've got 3 of these in here because we do pretty much always want to see one, and in the matchups where it comes up, it's also just good to know that Kataki is on brand for us. Like, other decks are already playing this card, but we get to play this card, have it be uncountable, have it come off of Aether Vial, which is fine because we're probably going to sack the Aether Vial to Kataki anyway, and then we can protect it with our friends. So, like, this card is already good against Affinity and actual A+ for us. So I think in our deck, this card's, like, just miles ahead of things like Stony Silence that we could be playing. We're playing 2 copies of Lavinia Azorus Renegade, and this one's going to be twofold. First, I think the Tron players, are going to start realizing that, oh crap, man, like, nobody's really playing Void Mirror because Void Mirror isn't that good. So I think this weekend is going to be the weekend where people start realizing that Tron's playable again, and they'll start doing that. But so Lavinia will, you know, stop them from being able to play things that are greater than 3 drops other than their creatures on turn 3. So, like, none of that turn 3, all is Dust Mess, no Karns, no other Karns, no, like, turn 4 Ugins, which is pretty important. So Lavinia will put a hard stop to a lot of that nonsense, but the real reason she's in here is because anything that is 0, or sorry, if they spent no mana on it, then you just straight up counter. So that's going to include Living End, that's going to include Crashing Footfalls, and in some matchups that'll include things that come off of your Spell Quellers. So if you Spell Queller something, they kill Spell Queller, they recast it because it is recasting the spell, Lavinia is going to counter that on the way back down. So she does do a little bit of work in here, and I think she will end up being pretty good for us. Especially if we do in fact come across like Teamer Rhinos, anything else with Shardless agents in it. If we come across Tron, she'll be great there. So I'm looking forward to seeing what Lavinia can do for us. And then the other cards are just 2 Force Negations because that card's just good. Nothing really needs to be said about this. The card's like $100 for a reason. I think it's only like 80 right now, but you get the idea. It's expensive. There's a reason for that. The card's great. So that's going to be our Spirits deck list for today. Also, if we have time later, I've got a lot of other deck lists down here. We did play Affinity on Monday, but I've also got lists for like Death and Taxes. I'm not playing this. I threw it together because I think Eldrazi Tron with Urza Saga is just like a super clean interaction. But I don't want to play Eldrazi Tron, so I'm not fucking up playing Eldrazi Tron. Anyway, I've got Esper Control over here with Prismatic Endings in the main, because, again, cards busted. Green-Black Asmo with a Grist, which I think is pretty baller. Hardened Scales, which I do want to play this deck exactly once, because it's hard as shit to play and really fun, and I want to jam just once. I don't think I want to play this deck twice, because it is super hard to play, but once seems fine. And then Blue-Red Delver, which I actively want to play once. So those are the other decks that I've got queued up here, just in case I want to really jam or play any of those things. But for now, we're actually just going to jam right into this league here with Blue-White Spirits and see how this feels. I'm hoping it feels really good. Oh, wow, of note. Both Wise Principe here and Tunneling Cat, I think both of these people play Eldrazi Tron too. So even if I don't like the deck, apparently it's still pretty good, so that's something to be aware of. Didn't think it would be that popular, but hey, whatever, cool. I guess if you are good with the deck, it will do the thing for you, right? Which reminds me, I gotta play a lot more Magic. Which also might lead to... This is not a promise by any means, by the way. But it might end up leading to, I guess, more streaming time coming too, because, yeah, I don't know. Set's exciting, Modern's really fun, Pioneer's not bad, even Arena's kind of fun right now-ish. So that might be an excuse to play more Magic and hang out with y'all a little more often. So we did lose our first die roll to Xeno. So let's see what they are playing. Okay, and our hand's pretty good. So we've got 2 lands, we've got 1 drop, 2 drops that we want to play, we've got a Vial, we've got a Subtlety. This is pretty decent. Playing any artifact or enchantment hate in deck list. So I'm not playing any things that specifically have the words destroy target artifact or enchantment, but we are playing with both Kataki in our sideboard. We are also playing with 2 copies of, where is it? Prismatic Ending, wherever those are. Here they are. So all of our white cards have the ability to destroy artifacts and enchantments on a cheap. So that I'm going to let resolve. I'm not going to worry too much about that just yet. It is ultra strong, though, so... oh, it's like some Grixis nonsense with channelers. That actually is probably really strong. Nice Kingdom Hearts music, right? Like, I think, honestly, like, just Kingdom Hearts as a whole is just like a really well done bit of soundtracks there. Like between that song, between Clean and Simple, they just got it right, you know. So we'll go ahead and take the 1 here. I've been on Bant, but might return to blue-white. Yeah, I don't know, like, actually, if people like playing Collected Company, I think that... Ooh. No, I'm gonna let that resolve, too. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, that's nice. All right. So, things I can do. I can play a Shacklegeist here. Try to protect Shacklegeist with Mausoleum Wanderer. That is unlikely. If they bolt Shacklegeist, then I don't know that I'm that sad about it, because the following turn I can potentially draw a land and kill one of these with a Skyclave, or double Supreme Phantom, making Mausoleum Wanderer 4/4 and able to block these, making these 4 toughness as well, and that will make a Lightning Bolt unable to do its job. The only real downside of that is that they are clearly playing black lands, so their removal spell could be Fatal Push instead, and that does suck more, but I think I'm mostly okay if that is the case. So let's see what happens. They do have 3 card types in their graveyard, so that's also something we want to take notice of here, but I don't think I'm gonna worry just yet. If I draw a land, then this Skyclave's gonna look really good, though. So let's see what actually happens here. Expressive Iteration. I am not about letting that happen. So that I will counter. Let's put in a Wanderer, use Wanderer to tap this first, so that we only take 3 instead of 6 here, and then tell them to fuck themselves. So they're going to get to do 3 damage to us this turn, which we were never stopping anyway. But I am here for, you know, getting to potentially untap with Shacklegeist, especially if that Expressive Iteration was, you know, trying to hit a land. Hell yeah, let's go. Now we want to hit a land. So let's hit a land. You know what? Still fine. So let's go ahead and play our Supreme Phantom. I am going to attack. Yeah, that's fine. Won't lie and say I necessarily enjoy them getting to have these here. Actually, you know what? I probably should have put in the other Supreme Phantom in. I think I got a little too cute there. I don't think I had to, yeah, because now if they have Double Bolt, I'm going to feel really stupid. Alright. Well, you can't not attack, so I can't really, yeah. Alright. Yeah, I don't think that was good of me. Alright, let's see what happens. So, yeah, I think that was just, like, honestly pretty bad on my part. So now I think it's actually more correct to just untap. And then put this at 3. If they try to, like, bolt one of my friends here, I will be glad about instant speed Supreme Phantom. That'll be nice. So let's see what they're actually going to try to do here. God, I almost hope they, try to... If they double bolt me, I'm clearly going to be really sad about that. Yeah, letting them untap with mana and not just putting in Supreme Phantom was pretty stupid on my part. So what are we doing here? We are Kolaghan's Command. That is discard a card, destroy an artifact. Okay, so I'm gonna just do this then. Put in one of these, and they can destroy that, and I will just discard Subtlety. I think I'm okay with that. This feels even better if I do draw a land. 4, 5, 6. Yeah, because that's only 8 damage if I just play a Supreme Phantom. So I'll just discard this. Aha, charge counter. Okay, so here I can attack for 4. Or I can attack for 5 and just put up like this big ass insurmountable wall of creatures. I think I like that better. Alright. So if they have 2 bolts, then yeah, that sucks for me. But if they don't have 2 bolts, then I think I'm okay. I really hope they don't just have 2 lightning bolts for me. Or like bolt fire or tar fire or whatever. 3 lords, not bad is what my opponent just said. Yeah. Hey! What up, Jay? How you doing? So happy Wednesday, my dude. Hump day! Yo, I haven't seen those commercials in so long, but they're so fun. They're playing iterations, okay. Alright, so having a little banter with my opponent here. Gonna go see my RMA card work. Ooh, excuse me. Because sent it twice already, they sent me a new one, so we'll see. I actually don't know what an RMA card is. Is that the name of the bank you use? Okay, so they are playing Shadows. Oh, graphics card. Okay. Got it. Jeez, man, that's a little rough. Hopefully it's not that bad, you know? Alright, so we've got an island. What is this? Serum Visions? Drown in the lock, targeting my Supreme Phantom. Okay, so I'm going to use the one that they're doing and tap. Alright. That's enough of that for them. Cool, works for me. So here we actually have a lot of stuff, right? Like we've got prismatic endings that are pretty good. I don't think I want to go as far as putting in like 100 cards here, but I don't want subtlety against this deck either. Suspend could be decent, but I also don't really think I like that. So against Shadow, no. I think I Suspend. Yeah, this is good enough. I will take one more Suspend for one more Aether Vial, and that's because we already saw Inquisitions and stuff. We know they're a Death Shadow deck. So against a Death Shadow deck, I don't mind having like 1 Aether Vial in a game, but I do mind drawing 2. So I want to side down to 3 of these, and then these removal spells are just like good anyway. Getting rid of like Death Shadow for a couple of turns is good. Getting rid of Scourge of the Skyclaves could be really good. Like, I don't know, I think the Grixis Shadow list with Dragon's Rage Channeler is probably pretty OP, if I'm speaking the honest truth there. So, let's keep this. Actually, I'm going to side out 1 more of these for 1 more Suspend. Yeah. That might be even better. Yeah. So I just told him, like, because, you know, they're just, like, complaining about the matchup, which is fair. It's not great. So I told him, like, hey, it is a medium difficult matchup, but, like, their deck looks really good. Like, Dragon's Rage Channeler is a super upgrade. Yeah. So I'm telling him, like, I might actually have to try it out with the Channeler. Like, because, like, I don't know, it's the exact kind of deck that seems really good against any of the combo decks that are out there. So, like, if your opponent is trying to just, like, beat you with, I don't know, like, Storm or Living End or anything like that, then Grixis Death Shadow is really, really good. It also just, like, beats up on control decks, and, like, blue-white control with Urza Saga is a pretty big thing right now. As a Death Shadow deck, you have a pretty decent chance against things like Affinity. And your matchup against Primeval Titan isn't that bad either. So, like, it might be something to try out. Like, I think the deck has got a lot of potential. So, I don't know. Might try that out later this week. So, let's see what happens here. And our hand is decent. Obviously, one more white source would be super preferable for these Skyclaves, but we are on the draw. I've got a 1-drop I want to play. This is something that they might be scared enough to discard over these, but honestly, I doubt it, but whatever. And I don't think it's worth mulliganing out of this, because it's not like any of our starts that we get on a draw are going to be immune to removal anyway, so I am going to keep this. They're going to get to do their thing for a little bit, and we're just kind of hoping to catch back up afterwards, which is kind of how playing against Shadow on a draw works anyway, so we'll see what happens here. If anything, I actually really want them to just, like, discard this Spell Queller, because, like, I'm already not really going to plan on using it too much. So, the Shacklegeist is pretty decent. Because it lets us still play like a 1-2-3 game, and that's going to be a lot of good here. Also, Shacklegeist will distract some of their removal too, which is nice. If they allow me to, I will block Dragon's Rage Channeler with this Spectral Sailor. So if they're just going to be, hopefully not putting all 4 types that they need in the graveyard, Mishra's Bauble is going to be card type number 2. Oh my god, they're filtering so hard. Alright, well, I'm gonna try it. So, if I'm allowed to, like I said, I will definitely block this Channeler. My creatures are probably... Okay, not probably. My creatures are definitely less valuable on the table than theirs are. Okay, so they are killing my friend. Unholy Heat's also really good with Dragon Rage Channeler. Okay. So now I'm taking all 3 here. Of importance, they are down to just 3 cards. Speaking of Shadow, do you think Red-Black Prowess still has a place in the metagame when even Red-Black Shadow has been displaced by Jund Shadow? You know what? I actually am gonna just play the Aether Vial here. So if this is like a Fatal Push or something, then I'm still kind of like making them waste a whole turn. A land is still good enough for Skyclave Apparition, and vialing in the Shacklegeist later might actually do a lot of good if they are on a Shadow draw as well. So let's see. Do you think Red-Black Prowess still has a place in the metagame when even Red-Black Shadow has been displaced by Jund Shadow? So I think the answer for that, if Red-Black Prowess is playable, might actually be yes. So a lot of people are doing like these really cutesy things. Red-Black, you get the upside of being able to play Blood Moon, which is great against the what am I thinking here? The Primeval Titan decks. So playing like Red-Black might actually be really good, especially with Channeler. Channeler's nuts. Like, this card is so good that it's gonna be damn near impossible to get me to say that it's not worth trying in almost everything that you have the ability to. So they are drawing back up to 2 cards, so that's... You know what? That's actually not bad. That's not bad. So let's do this, and I can vial into Spectral Sailor to put somebody in. I'm gonna do this now as well. No, they had something. Alright, well, that sucks. Alright. So, unfortunate, but we kind of knew that was something that they had access to, and we still have a ton of live draws here. So, yeah, I think Red-Black Prowess is worth trying out. Shadow is probably better than Prowess, but I think Prowess is certainly worth trying out. Like, just getting to play, like, you know, your Thoughtseizes, your Inquisitions. In either deck, Dragon's Rage Chandler is probably just going to be, like, your best card. I don't know if I can overstate how good this card is. It's just absolutely batshit insane, and... Alright. I will just take the 3 from this, that's fine. So let's see if this does me any good here. No! Okay. So that's a pump for this Shadow, that's kind of whatever. So here I really want to just like draw a white land so I can start getting these creatures the hell off the table. That's rough. Alright, maybe we draw another Shacklegeist? That would be nice. Oh god, we're dead. Welp. RIP us. Got it. So, block here, take 7, go to 4, untap, have this. That doesn't seem like the worst. It's not great. If they try to cast a spell pre-combat, I'll be a lot happier for it. Oh, fuck. Are we just dead? That's 3, 6, 9, block here. Ugh. Alright. Yeah, this is bad. So, a white land digs me out of this, which is why I'm still playing. Fuck me. Because that is plus 3 damage on each of the Death Shadows, so I actually have to block each Death Shadow. Yeah. Alright, that's what we're doing. We're double jumping. So, this takes us to 6. This gets them a something. And if I draw a white land next turn, I can Apparition and Apparition, which is why I'm kind of sticking around here. I can also draw... Oh, they... Alright. Oof, oof, oof. Oh, they're just casting Luris and doing a bobble instead? Okay, sure. Yeah, you got it. Unfortunately, I can do nothing about that. Woof. A little rough. Alright, I'm just gonna 6 here. Do we get to play Magic too? Let's see. Find out this time. We do not. Alright, game 3. Keeping all of these things as is. Submit deck. Opponent said I played bad. I'm not gonna respond to that. There's nothing I can say there that makes that feel better. So I will just let that go. So here we're gonna play first. See what we get out of this. This is fine. So we can play all of our cards. I've got to suspend the Rattle Chains. I will be a little upset about their ability to strip Thalia out of my hand, but I am on to play, so it is much less likely to happen. But I can cast all my shit, so, like, can't really complain too much, right? So I'm going to yield until the end step here. Do what you got to do, opponent. Okay, so I am going to get to play my Thalia, which is nice. So let's put in Hallowed Fountain here, do the untap. Supreme Phantom's not a bad turn 3 play here. So let's grab a basic Plains, because I don't really want to take 100 damage. Boop boop. Everybody's favorite homegirl. So they can spend their entire turn killing her. So if they have a Bolt or an Unholy Heat, they can do that. And if they don't, then this turn is a lot harder for them. So if they're working with, say, I don't know, let's see what happens. Inquisition. Oh, nice. Alright, so they probably take Skyclave Apparition, but they can't attack now, which is nice. They could take Supreme Phantom, but realistically, this Skyclave Apparition's going bye-bye. So let's see if it is in fact Skyclave or if it's something else. So this is, honestly, this is probably pretty sad times for our opponent. Like, we get to stay at 18, which is a pretty good life total. They took Supreme Phantom. Okay. I clearly don't mind that. Okay, well, downside, they get to know what I'm playing. Upsides, I'm not really in a position where I have to care. So let's do this. And I am just going to play this Skyclave Apparition here. And this way, obviously, I get this friend out of the way. They don't get to filter cards. But I also get to double spell next turn, which is potentially even more important. So if this is just going to be like some Death Shadow turn, then I'm mostly good with that. So let's see what happens here. Thoughtseize. Okay, sure. So they can take Suspend, which is annoying. Yeah, sure. They know I have this. Unfortunately, this does mean that I can't attack this turn, which is sad. But let's see what happens here. Iteration. Okay, sure. I'm just going to put a Hallowed Fountain in tapped here. So they can hit a land drop, but they can't cast another spell here, which means if they attack, they are just going to 2, which is still really dangerous for them, because they basically took an entire turn off trying to play this through a Thalia. So yeah, Thalia once again absolutely doing her job, making life really difficult for the opponent, probably making them cuss a little bit, but that is not a me problem, so meh. Okay, so they can play a mountain, sure. Okay, I am just gonna take this 5 and go to 12. They have a swamp, so now, gross. Come on. Whoops. What? Shit. Oh, well, I was... Oh, man. Well, shit. Now I actually just think we're dead. That sucks. Fuck. Yeah, this is really bad. Unholy Heat on Thalia sucks because I can't do anything about that either. Shit. Yeah, I think we're dead. That's not good. We, F so bad. Yeah, this is, definitely gone from bad to worse. So, I guess I do this. How could you miss that? Miss what? Like, yeah, putting the rattle chains in play was an option that was on the table, but, like, that was never doing anything. So the only thing really that I could have done differently in this specific scenario here is just, like, saving the rattle chains for a Death Shadow instead of playing it on the 1/1 that we got rid of. But they play enough discard spells to make that line potentially terrible, because, like, what happens with that... Oh, well, alright. But what happens with that line if they, you know, participate? Like, that just really sucks for us. So, yeah, so I wish there was... You should have played it? The rattle chains? For what? To attack? I'm not attacking into Death Shadow, we just die. Channeler, okay. Are we thought seizing me? We are thought seizing me. Alright. No, yeah, like, playing the rattle chains, like, is basically zero value there. Because, like, I was already not going to just, like, blindly attack into this board state. Like, that just was never happening. Yeah. Like, this is just still pretty awful. But at least like this, I have at least a couple of outs. Like, it's not great, but I can roll, like, another apparition, not that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So I'm gonna do this in case I draw a prismatic ending. I drew a suspend. Oh shit. Are we almost out? I'm at 6. So they go to 3. Oh god. In theory, I can get out of this. So... there's nothing they can cast out of Graveyard with Lurrus right now. If that card they drew is a Temur Battle Rage, there is nothing I can do about that. If I get away with blocking... okay. So I want to block here, and I want to suspend Lurrus. Don't you dare be a fucking Temur Battle Rage. So, this gives me, what, 7 outs? I can draw any of Supreme Phantom or Drog Skull Captain like this. If it is a Temur Battle Rage, I was already losing to it. Oh, come on. Snapcaster... Unholy Heat my Rattle Chains? Well, alright, I can't really do shit about that. Yeah, alright. Damn it. So, Unholy Heat's pretty good there, so that sucks. Okay, fine. I tried. Damn it. Now let's see if we... and we drew the Supreme Phantom. So, okay, damn it. So we played right, and they just drew the Snapcaster off the top. Alright. That's fine. I don't feel bad about the choices I made because it would have... I mean, A, it would have worked out. But I think the one that you wanted to do, like running out the rattle chains, essentially for no reason, because we weren't going to attack, because that would have made their Death Shadow bigger, and that's basically a great way to lose that game when we had the ability to at least try to win. And as it turns out, without the Snapcaster, we actually would have won that game. So yeah, so they top deck the Snapcaster, which is fine because that's why it's in the deck, to be good. But if that was like any other creature there, then, you know, we were good. Like, it wasn't pretty, but that's a W. So yeah, so I still like the line I took. Like, we gave ourselves the most options to be able to win that game, and it was there. They just happened to draw what they needed. So I'm not sad about that. That was okay. But yeah, like playing this Skyclave Apparition to get rid of the Dragon's Rage channel, I also think was right, because, you know, they play so many discard spells in this deck that, you know, there's no guarantee that the Skyclave Apparition is going to actually be in our hand next turn. So let's play this, and we can jam out Spectral Sailor. A Swamp. What are we doing with Swamp? Obviously a Thoughtseize, but whoa, not a Thoughtseize. That's a Fatal Push. Okay, sure. Let's see if they want to Fatal Push this then. Nope. Okay. Let's do this. See if it's a Fatal Push now. If this is a Fatal Push now, then I still don't even mind that much, because at least my Spell Queller is a little better protected if they're using a removal spell on this. And if they simply don't have it, that's even better. How do you think Hardened Scales is positioned? I think it's pretty good. So it just got like a shit ton of new tools, and I even have a Hardened Scales list over here somewhere. Hardened Scales... No, I didn't put it up yet. Oh, yes, I did. Here it is. So, like, it just got, like, Witch's Oven because of Urza Saga. You can easily search for your cool new things like Arcbound Mouser. Again, Urza Saga. You get this thing, which is another Hardened Scales. I think... What the fuck do you do? Damage, discard, mill, life. Okay, so we're looking at some nonsense with 8 racks. I lose 5 life. Oh my god. 2 or more quest counters, but I can't have a hand. Okay, okay. That's... Wow, that's really good. Alright, well, time to attack. And the cool thing about this too, though, is if, like, next turn, they're just trying to, like, Liliana me or something, I am actually pretty on board with the idea of just, like, Spell Quellering that and then using Spectral Sailors to just draw cards. Like, that seems really sweet. If they play, like, a Wrench Mind or something, I'm pretty happy to Spell Queller that, too. Shrieking Affliction. I should probably not play Magic with that card. So what happens here? They Shrieking Affliction. I get Smallpox afterwards. God, that's 8 damage a turn. That's so much. Oh, I have to actually be empty-handed, which is not that difficult for them to manage, but I think I still let this slide and try to counter like a Smallpox. I will play an empty, okay, damn. I think I still play an empty Spell Queller here, or do I just draw a card? No, I'm gonna play an empty Spell Queller. Is it worth countering the discard spells to stop the quest counters? Probably, but I think most important is probably just like setting up a clock here. Oh, that's actively good. So let's see what happens here. Nothing? It's just still nothing? Alright, well. Doop, doop, doop. So let's see if this protects from something. Oh, it's so much damage, though. I guess I'll have regrets if they slam a, oh, what's that stupid card called? If they slam a... Why can't I think of the card title? Ensnaring Bridge? If they just, like, slam an Ensnaring Bridge, I guess I'll feel bad. But, like, if they're not actually holding a removal spell, like, this is threatening lethal. Oh, shit! Alright, cool. So, here I'll be glad for those prismatic endings that we have. Those are pretty nice. This doesn't do anything. This doesn't do anything. So I guess that's really all I want here. Subtlety's not great in this. I don't really want Force Negation, but it's better than Subtlety, so I guess I'll put 1 in. Really, Force Negation here is just going to be like a 3-mana counterspell. So, realistically, they're probably putting me on the play. Nope, they choose to play first. Oh man, but our hand sucks. Damn it. I wish I could play this hand. Alright, well, we're mulliganing. Okay, that's much better. Like, this isn't even really close. This is a lot better. I like to live dangerously. I do not. I am, like, sometimes, don't get me wrong, like, I will definitely keep some one-landers, but, like, a one-lander with nothing but 3 drops is pretty bad. And this is actually fine. So, like, I'm gonna keep this, and I'm gonna ship this, and, like, this is an acceptable hand of magic cards that you would choose to play with on purpose. So, if they play, like, a Shrieking Affliction or something on turn 1, I will use Prismatic Ending on it. Yeah, like, that's fine, a Prismatic Ending. Oh... I'm still gonna ending this, because if they Thoughtseize my thing away, then this takes out so much of their potential endgame, that, like, I'm still pretty happy about getting to do that. And then next turn, I'm just, like, not really gonna be concerned with this Aether Vial here. Instead, I'll just, like, jam Thalia and be pretty happy about that. Oh, okay, I'm sorry. You said that when debating on letting Shrieking Affliction resolve. Yeah, because, like, my reasoning behind that was if I let Shrieking Affliction resolve, and they are just trying to do something like follow it up with a discard, mill, gain life. Alright. Good night, sweet prince. Well, they're gonna keep one-landers. I got Thalia, so... yeah, Thalia's, pretty good when our opponents are trying to keep one-landers. Oh, Nykthos! Wow, opponent. How many different decks are you playing in one? Is Thalia dying, or are we casting, like, a Shrieking Affliction? If they cast a Shrieking Affliction, I'm still kind of in danger. Because, like, next turn I play Cavernous Souls, both my spells, and that still takes me down to just 1 card in hand. So, like, I'm still in some real danger here. Especially if they spend, like, this turn killing Thalia. Opponents complaining about Thalia. Yeah, everybody complains about Thalia. Alright, so... Oh, you know what? That was probably not great. I probably should have just played Horizon Canopy and been okay with taking 1 point of damage. Because now if they cast, like, Raven's Crime, I'm probably going to want the Spectral Sailor more than Horizon Canopy, but the Horizon Canopy is likely to be a lot better than Cavern or Basic Plains here. But if they, like, play a land and a Smallpox, yeah, no, that was still bad. Because I really want the Horizon Canopy to redraw. Okay, well, that plays. Thalia's, not great. So, or rather, that's false. Thalia's great for us. But, yeah, alright, well, let's just move on to our next round. Yeah, that quest is really scary, though. 5 damage a turn is a lot! It's kind of weird to see just how often 8-rat decks really do come up. Like, these people are coming out in force. Probably because they just got a new toy. What is it? Turok. Because it's, what is it, a 4-mana creature that makes us discard 2. And every time you discard, it gets pumped, so it's like a real win condition. Here it is. This guy. So yeah, 2 mana, 2/1, pro white thing. Kicker is double black. Whenever somebody else discards, this thing pumps itself, and it casts him to Turok when it enters the battlefield. So that's probably something that's like in their deck if they're playing cute stuff like Quest of the Nilestone. I don't know, lots of different things. I don't know, Ensnaring Bridge has the ability to suck. They just have a lot of stuff that is annoying but beatable thanks to Thalia. But now that we have Prismatic Ending, like, a lot of these matchups are just nowhere near as hard because all of those stupid ass like problem cards like Shrieking Affliction and the Quest we can at least get rid of now with the Prismatic Ending. So like that's a thing that we have access to, which is sweet. Hooray, let's join our match. Alright. Not bad, not bad. I will take this. Alright, let's see what our opponents are doing. Hello. So we're looking at some Asmo Shell. What? Just... Oh, no, I'm playing a game. Okay. I will not do anything about Asmo here, I think. Actually, yes, I will. I think I'll actually pitch Shacklegeist here because it's just not, like, ultra fantastic in this matchup. So let's see if that ends up mattering here. Because now they don't get to look for their cookbook this turn. They have to have another outlet to have this in hand. If they don't have another discard outlet, then that's pretty good. And this will be the last turn that we get to get away with that too. Also not bad. So they put Asmo on the bottom of their deck. Okay. There's a Saga, sure thing. Okay, so they had another cookbook anyway, sure. But they don't have another Asmo. So that bodes well for our creatures potentially living. And I don't necessarily like the idea of Thalia against construct tokens themselves. But okay, so they have the thing, sure. Cookbook, no recipes for you, right? We tried it, man, we tried it. Also, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Alright, so I can't attack with Thalia here because their thing is going to be a 3/3. So that's medium obnoxious. But I can Flashing Rattle Chains if they try to... Oh, you know what? I should probably... Yeah. I will be very happy about Kataki this next game. I'm also going to Rattle Chains now because this Urza Saga does have the ability to fetch out a Pithing Needle, so I don't know whether they have Pithing Needle or not. So I'm going to play as if it is in their deck. Working a lot being a scrub. Right? You know, just feel like that sometimes. So Thalia making them sacrifice a land is obviously pretty decent for us. If they have another land drop, then whatever, so be it. But they can't cast a spell this turn, which is at least a little better. They looked for another cookbook. Okay, sure. What the fuck are you trying to cast? Do you have an Asmo if you're discarding a card right now? That's about all you get out of this. Alright. So they attack for 6. I'm stuck taking that. I am going to... blah blah food, sure. So it's a 7. And 8. So many food tokens. I think we're out of this one, y'all. Oh, come on. Alright. It's the one matchup where we just, like, super don't want Thalia. Alright. Kataki, in. Thalia, out. Prismatic Ending, in. Subtlety, out. And Suspends are also good just because they like hit the tokens, which is nice. And cards that I don't necessarily want here are named, I guess Drog Skull Captain's probably the next one to go. No, I'll take out Vials. Like, Vial does have like a missed synergy with Kataki, but it also enables us for some really fast opening turns, which is nice. Aether Gust could be decent. Actually, I do want Aether Gust because it also puts both Asmo and Feasting Troll King on top. So that's not bad. And one Aether Vial or one Cage is next. I have not seen whether they are the playtesting. A little bit, yeah. Like, I don't know, just like jamming a bunch of new cards to see if I really like them. So far, Subtlety is pretty good, but only in a couple of matchups. Against most matchups, Subtlety is pretty... What is this shit? That's a little better. So, like, Subtlety is, like, very hit or miss. Like, against decks that are playing, like, Primeval Titans, it's really good. Against decks that are, like, either attrition-based or, you know, just really aren't playing creatures, it's medium to bad. And the overall end result so far is that it might just be more worth my time to, you know, just play regular cards. And, god damn it, and keep cards like the Subtleties in the sideboard for things like Primeval Titan, where I would normally be playing things like, say, oh, what am I thinking? Like Aether Gust and whatnot. So, it's probably a little better there. Rattle Chains, okay. So, here, I'm actually just going to Skyclave and get rid of the cookbook now. Alright, go away. Yeah, sure. So they do get the food here. So that's going to be a thing. I get to attack for 2 because they can't make a creature this turn that I would want to tap anyway. And let's see if Yavimaya plus Urza's will make them stumble enough to make this worth our time here. Next turn I get to play Mausoleum Wanderer plus Rattle Chains, which is pretty nice. And if I could draw a Kataki, that'll be even better. Like, Kataki is just a super all-star here. Another Urza Saga, okay, sure. So, there is no attacking with my friend Skyclave here. What are we casting? Finale. So they're just getting an Asmo out of their deck, sure thing. So now to get to just like kill something, probably my Shacklegeist. If they let me untap, I will 100% have Rattle Chains, so like that's great. But I doubt I'm gonna get to untap. Please let me untap. Orch kills Skyclave. I don't even mind that. I don't really mind that. I do mind them killing Shacklegeist. No! What did I just say? Alright. How dare you play your cards right? Ah, shit. Alright, well, this actually kind of sucks now. So, I can't hold up Spell Queller, but realistically, they're not going to try to use it this turn anyway, because they have Urza Saga to make tokens. So, humph. So, how do we get out of this is really the question. We can draw Kataki, that's nice. So, like, if we draw one of those, then this looks really good. Well, let's see. They get a token, they get to search for a land, they get to make a land drop. I'm sorry, search for an artifact, they get to make a land drop. Okay. So, Skyclave is certainly not attacking anytime soon. Yeah. It's not great for us, because, like, the Asmo is pretty annoying. And in order to make really good use of, honestly, almost anything here, I'm going to need just a lot more mana than I have access to right now. that doesn't help either. I need another land drop to go with Rattle Chains so that I can double Rattle Chains. Otherwise, they're just going to be able to, like, make 2 foods a turn and just, like, kill whatever they want kind of wantonly. And without another land drop to double Rattle Chains, I can't really do anything about that. So I think I'm just losing anyway. Damn, that sucks. So stuff like this is where I would rather be playing like the Bant list that I had set up, because the Bant list gave me access to Dramoka's command, and I was playing 3 of those. But now with all of these cookbooks and his Asmo, there's just like really not much I can do currently. So I am probably just dead to this, because they have a total of 6 foods. If I... Okay... Yeah, like, I'm just taking so much damage off of these. So I can... No, that doesn't make him sack that many foods either. So here I'm just going to play the empty Spell Queller. Although I don't think there's much that's going to get me out of this. Because now even like another land doesn't really do it anymore. Another land will let me Shacklegeist plus card. Yeah, sure. But I think we're out of this. Yeah. That's not gonna do it. Shit. Alright. Yeah, we might just have needed to, like, hard mulligan for Kataki. Yeah, I thought that was a lot better. So, like, I don't know, we had a lot of stuff to be able to draw. Like, we could have drawn into, say, like, an early Kataki would have been great. We do have prismatic endings. Suspend gets Asmo off the table for a couple of turns. And also just, like, them not having access to 100 cookbooks, but Urza Saga just does that. So, yeah, I might have needed to just mulligan a little harder for that. Kind of feels bad when you already mulliganed, but I don't know. You live and you learn. That might just be one where, like, the deck is just really, really powerful, and we just needed to mulligan a little harder to fight what they were trying to do to us. So that could just very well have been one of those matchups where, like, that's my fault for not mulliganing hard enough. But also, that is a good argument to play more copies of things like Prismatic Ending in the deck, too, somewhere. So that could also just, like, be a thing that needs to happen. So, pretty obnoxious, but yeah, so after this league, though, these subtleties are hitting the sideboard. But I really just, like, want Prismatic Ending all the time. And Suspend? Not really. There's a couple of matchups where Suspend specifically is nice, like playing against Stormwing Entity. So, like, it's pretty decent there. Come on. I guess. At least all my opponents have been pleasant. Alright. So, I am going to keep this, ship one of these, and I will be a little sad about this, but let's see what actually happens. Blackleaf Cliffs. Well, we do have Moreland Haunt, so playing against Blackleaf Cliffs as a Moreland Haunt deck is not bad, but I do want an actual blue land if we're going to go with that. So let's see what happens from here. So, the okay part about this, though, is starting next turn I'll have access to either Drogskull Captain or Spell Queller. They did take away my Rattle Chains, though, so there is no such thing as Drogskull getting instant speed. Is this Boomer Jund? I think this is just Boomer Jund. That's not great for me. Alright. Blue land me, please. But maybe a spell first. Shit. Well, that's depressing. So, upsides, downsides. Upsides, I can cast it now, guaranteed that I have a body on the board. Downside, I actually want to use this against Jund colors. So, either way, I should start by attacking. And if I don't draw an actual blue land next turn, then Moreland Hut looks pretty bad. I am going to play as if their next card is Liliana of the Veil and cast a Skyclave Apparition, but I am very sad about this. Ugh. So at least we have a 3/3 that they do need to be a little concerned with since they're at 14, but like not actually getting to use my that's medium gross. Okay, so a blue land is still pretty nice. Okay, not what I wanted, but I'll shut up and take it. So let's go ahead and attack first, I guess. Bloop bloop. But stuff like this is actually pretty okay-ish, because if they had just, like, played the Croxen last turn like they did, then I would have had to discard the Skyclave Apparition anyway, so, like, it didn't really do anything. And if they just, like, cast Croxa here and I draw a blue land, then that's pretty much the ball game. So Croxa can hit the table, I'll take 3, I'll go to 14, but honestly, I'm pretty okay with that. So I want to just draw like a blue land, preferably, but a spirit's also nice. God damn it, not a tapped blue land. I deserve that for not being more specific. I deserve that. Deck. I want a blue land that does not come into play tapped. Alright, so let's tap this Croxa down here. I don't want to take 9 to the face. Alright. And there's not much I can do here, so I'll just kind of chill. What do we got? A Goyf. That does not really matter too much. And a Void Walker is very good. Oh! Never mind. Or we can just draw lethal. That plays. Alright, well. Hooray. Look at us go. Bloop, bloop. Ending is decent. Suspend is medium at best. I don't really want Aether Gust. Honestly, this is probably fine. So, the Suspends and whatnot are pretty good against the Tarmogoyf / attacking half of their deck. Thalia is great. Subtlety is not good as a 0-drop here, but it's actually not bad as a 4-drop. Because, like, if they're just trying to cast, like, late-game Croxes and stuff, they exile their entire graveyard, use Subtlety, their Croxa back on top of their deck, and now their plan just sucks. Also, this hand sucks. Oh, come on. Alright. I guess. Well... Well, this feels terrible. Woof. Okay. But I do have an idea of what I would want to do with this after today's Zozo. At least get to come out with a takeaway here. Skyclave gone, okay. So let's see what they do here. Oh, nothing. Alright. So here I am still just going to jam Thalia. If they spend their whole turn killing Thalia, then whatever. That was already going to happen. But if they go to next turn and just like, I don't know, spend that... Oh, ooh, okay, cool. So maybe we draw a land and actually do something. Let's see what happens here. Plague Engineer. Still naming spirit. What? Oh, god damn it. Come on, Magic. Can't fucking win. Alright, So I suppose this is going to be one of those lovely days where the name of the game is just like, hey, draw worst pop. Oh god, we're so dead. Alright. Jesus. Alright, whatever. Go ahead, opponent. Bloodbraid into a bolt. Alright, we'll still play. Still gonna continue playing then. Here's this. Here's this. Let's see if this does any good here. Nope, they just have another. Alright, fine. Game 3. Oh, good lord. And I still don't think I want any Aether Vials here. Yeah, I still don't want Aether Vial here. Playable. Not great, but playable. Okay, what's getting ripped from our hand today? Is it Shacklegeist? Is it Suspend? Find out this time. They're discarding Supreme Phantom. Sure. Alright, well in that case I'll cast the Shacklegeist, see what happens here. Would still have a bit of a preference of drawing, I guess, another land to protect things with Spell Queller would be cool. Also... Nope, looks like I'm just gonna get to untap here. Weird, weird. Oh, magic. Alright. Well, let's attack. Granted, we did know that this could happen with a build that has 20 lands and we took out the Aether Vials. Still a little frustrating, but it's one of those things that at least we knew had the ability to happen. Doesn't mean I have to like it. Biggest downsides here, they could just, you know, play Removal Spell and that just sucks. What is this? Fatal Push, sure. So why the fuck did you let me hit you for 2 then, if you're just gonna Fatal Push? And Bolt, sure. Alright. Renin 6. And of course they do have the thing. Alright. Oh, now we draw the land. Alright, well, ugh. So, things that have potential to be terrible. I can Spell Queller something, so that's not bad. And after I Spell Queller something, I could untap and then Prismatic Ending Renin 6 and hold up Suspend to protect. So that is a play that's on the table. It's not great, but it will give me at least outs to being able to play. I could use the suspend proactively, but I think I like this a little better. So let's see what they cascade into. It's just a bolt. Okay. So I'm going to let the bolt resolve, and I really don't like spell coloring this thing, but I think I am still going to do it. It is not a great feel. Still not drawing the lands here, which sucks. But we are taking them down to 7. So this doesn't get to kill anything, which is nice. I guess they could play this and have another one. But they do need to have like a real removal spell if they want to kill this for now. It's pretty likely, but no. That's not a bolt. Don't bolt my friend. Don't bolt my friend. God damn it. What'd I just say? Okay, that's actually not bad. So I'm going to do that for... Oop, what? White, blue. Why is X 1? Oh, no. Number of colors spent, yes. Paying 2, getting rid of a 2-drop. Go away. Go to 5. Okay. Tarmogoyf I actually don't care about. Tarmogoyf can happen. Sure. Untap. A little late, but that's okay. Let's hit you. Oh my god, I'm so bad. That thing's at 7. I thought it was at 6. I thought it was at 6. I don't know why I thought it was at 6. Oh. Wow, Andre. I clearly just need to be done for the day, I guess. Yeah, alright. Yeah, my brain is just fucking off it today, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, alright, you got it. So, they can play 2 bolts. If they have another red source, they can play 3 of them. Yeah, alright. I mean, I guess Subtlety is still a 3/3, so if they don't do anything else here, like, if they don't tap this red, then... Oh, great. Alright. But no, I'm just really bad today. Inquisition is fine. It can't hit the 3-drop that I actually want. So I guess they can take... Yeah, they can just take whatever. I can't do anything about that anyway. But now they know to just hold up a red, and it sucks to be me. Wow, Andre. Alright, I'm gonna concede if I lose this one. I'm just, like, clearly all the way off of it. Yeah, sure. So, like, can't lie and tell y'all I know what the fuck I was doing there, but I do deserve this L. Wow. Alright. So, okay, so I'm gonna be done. I'm gonna go ahead and kind of call it an early stream because I'm clearly just kind of all the way off of it today, but I will do some takeaways first. So let's go ahead and drop from this. Alright, so the first thing I think I would want to do here is slide these over to my sideboard and slide these out of it. Like, these are really good against like Primeval Titan, Tron, stuff like that, but if you're not playing against those decks, then this card's honestly kind of worthless. This card is fantastic and great, and I don't know if I actually have enough words to praise how good that card is. So I'd probably do something like that next time I play this, which will probably be tomorrow. I do think I want to put another land back in here named Moorland Haunt, because Haunt is great. And then the other two spots, since there are a lot of removal decks are coming back in, this might be a time where Kira is just really appropriate to play again. Like, Kira does put a stop to the first activation of Asmo, making her waste 2 full tokens just to try to interact with what you're doing. And then, of course, she has to use 4 full tokens with Akira on a table to kill anything. Prismatic Ending is really good. Subtlety is... I think this card's still great out of the sideboard, but in the main, I don't know, pretty medium. Ending is great. Force is Force. I think this card is still really good when it comes up, but we just didn't fight those matchups, so whatever. Cage, kind of the same thing. Like, it's great where it's great, but we didn't fight those matchups. Kataki, we probably should have mulliganed even harder than we already had to, but I just don't like mulliganing past, like, 6 if I don't have to, because sometimes you will just, you know, die. Like, what if Dave would have had a Fatal Push there, for example? So, I think it was probably still right to try to mulligan for it, but, like, I don't know. We just had a pretty bad run of it. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm going to call it a day here, and because I don't want to just, like, tilt off all day, because today's league was a little bit frustrating. But I think our deck is still, like, pretty decent. Like, we still have a lot of great spots. I think Thalia's in a really good spot. Like, you saw, like, she gave people an ultra hard time. And we did win some games because of her. Like, the rest of our cards are still pretty good. Going back up to 21 lands is probably where I should just, like, stop trying to leave that spot and just, like, keep playing 21 lands. Because shaving lands is just clearly not working out. Like, I already kind of have to mulligan a lot. So, reducing the land count and making myself mulligan more is just not really working out. Like, I keep trying it and it keeps not working, so I should probably just stop trying it. But I do like a lot of the rest of what we're doing here. Like, the Thalia has been really, really good. Like I said, Kira's probably in a really good spot right now. People aren't really playing things that can't be countered. Like, they're playing, just like almost no Abrupt Decay, even though there's multiple black-green decks in the format. That's much more of a legacy card right now. A lot of decks are just like weak to Skyclave Apparition right now too, because they're just trying to play just a bunch of permanents that lose to Skyclave, so that part's nice. There are, yeah, like a bunch of the flyers are obviously pretty good. I don't think we are in full territory where we need to think about playing Unsettled Mariner again, but we're probably close to there, so that could be a thing that happens in the future. And we even have, like, a pretty decent sideboard plan against most decks. Like, Prismatic Ending gives us so much room to play with our sideboard, because that card just, it solves all the problem permanents, right? Like, it has the ability to solve Ren and 6. We chose the creature instead because we were, like, winning the race until I fucked it up. Because that's basically what happened. Like, we were fine and then I fucked up. But, like, Prismatic Ending should have won us that game, and then we just, like, lost it to ourselves. Prismatic Ending was obviously good against the Shadow decks. It's good against the Dragon's Rage Channeler decks. It's really good against just, like, it helped beat the 8-rack deck because they couldn't get their Shrieking Affliction BS online. So it did a lot of work, and it was just, like, a mix today of just me mulliganing a bunch and also me just kind of playing like a donkey. So, like, that's not a great mix to have. But that is what happened. So, like, I don't know, we mulliganed a bunch, and then I just did not help things by playing bad either. So I will take my L's where we earned them, and I just hope tomorrow's a lot better. So for today, what we're going to do is go ahead, look for somebody on Twitch to raid, and Aspiring Spike is playing blue-white with, I don't know. You know, I don't know what the fuck Spike's playing right now. He's playing something. And Reduke is doing Cube, so I guess I'll move y'all over to Spike because he's at least playing Modern. I do like Reduke a lot, but I suppose we'll keep the formats the same. So let me slide y'all over to him. And everybody who is on YouTube, just check out the deck lists and stuff. Like I said, I'll be updating this for tomorrow like this. I'll play exactly what we see tomorrow. I think this is probably a little bit of a smarter decision, even if I did like the idea of the subtleties in the main. So yeah, I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for stopping in and watching, even if we did tilt off a bit. And yeah, peace.